Today is March 15th, 2025, number 1202, the most famous series in world history. I'll reintroduce myself one last time, KeithBrentDuncan.org. We're the only group of super wealthy, $40 billion, in fact we're worth the Chi number, trillions of dollars, in intellectual property to de-weaponize, privatize the entire world. It's done with Evote.one, open public database, FOIA.ONE, and it's all about replacing the criminals who are stealing your assets. Now, who are these criminals? Well, there's a huge group of black hats that steal about $50 trillion a year out of just the United States economy, and they move it overshore. Overshore. Did you hear that? Overshore. They go overseas. Robert D. Rose is one of the worst cybercrime terrorists in American history. He's been infiltrating government corporate databases since 1995 right here in Georgia, which is why Governor Brian Kemp will now sign executive order DuncanClaim.org and accept all of our assets, just like you will accept the most prolific common sense systems of Unocracy.org. A little bit loud here. All the noise goes away soon. All my best people are gone. Based on canceled Cobb County, which is why we're right here at Marietta Square, 11.1.1171 that was canceled July 15th, 2011. Based on Marietta Police Department report, 1.11.2506, anyone can follow up on this and see that it was a conspiracy to silence us, and we had every one of our constitutional rights violated to silence us forever. And the Duncan clan, which is Sherry, Kyle, and Matthew Duncan, won't answer the phone for the last 12 years. They won't respond. They won't turn themselves in, just like super criminals would never turn themselves in. President Putin, the Russian billionaires, North Korea Fatso, Chinese Communist Party, and yet most of the criminals, you'd never know who they were. They've all violated Gods Constitution.org, which is the most famous publication gifted in world history that eliminates all the man-made laws. It also, Department of Social Justice.org, replaces the FBI, the Attorney General, U.S. Marshals, Homeland Security, ICE. Entire system is seen at solutionlawenforcement.com. Perfected, we use technology to identify who the risky people are, take them down to the local churches. My key churches right now happen to be Oak Grove United Methodist Church and Peachtree Road United Methodist Church. It was Marietta First Baptist Church and Peachtree Corners Baptist Church. I have visited hundreds, probably by now thousands of churches, showing them Christdomain.org, and that we're paying the churches to be open during the week as education centers. The whole system is to re-educate you, God's people, that there's always a better way to get rid of the black hats. Nobody knows who the white hats are because they're being viciously attacked, persecuted, and killed mafia style by assassins like Douglas Vernon Duncan. Send everyone to DuncanClaim.org and get us a signature. You see, everybody does know someone who's smart, who is honest and never lies, never steals, and actually understands who is Father God and Mother Earth. Yet most people have a bad feeling about religion because of the zealot and the charlatans that still propagate and spread like cockroaches, claiming, oh, you have to meditate, oh, you have to pray harder, oh, you have to give more money to only them so that you will get the bounty called prosperity preachers. You will get paid back. That's ridiculous. My system of reinvestall.com, you pay as you go, including KBT bitcoins.org and the use of unocracybank.org. See, we've already anticipated the greatest shakedown and the lockup of millions of criminals so that the people that have been falsely accused will now get restitution back, which has never been done. And that's reinvestall.com, but it's really Manhunt All. But the biggest one has always been Historical Legacy, PeaceSummit2020.com, where every community sits down at round tables. Each table's different. They focus on their number one issue and focus on the funding to make the problem go away. That means that we have the right to replace any leader with anybody that we want because we're paying for everything. Do we not foot the bill for everything? And taxes and wars, and then the vice industry called sin taxes and vices in general is the worst of the worst of the worst. It's how the super wealthy criminal ruling elite, New World Order, mafia, terrorists, cyber criminals, all that group steal God's assets that are supposed to be under your management, your control. You see, you can't die and take it with you. People think they're immortal, they think they're omni-gods, but they're really just stupid, thinking that they can worship Lucifer and idols and get away with literal mass murder, genocide. So I rewrote WorldWar4.org. Perfected, showing 13 plagues. Anyone can look that up. We've completed everything. We now have a new energy system, which is turnofflights.com, solutionsafewater.org. Really boils down to ecologymining.org. joydrive.us, skylift.us, Keith Yachts to clean up the oceans, because we've already reversed climate change by eliminating the need for fossil fuel. Is everyone not sick and tired of being told what to do? And yet very few people are decision makers. So we'll check our clock right now. We're at 8 minutes, but you see, we're not reading a script. We're speaking eye to eye to you as your number one new world leaders with an S, fortune1.org. And we deserve to be protected today, March 15th, 2025, because back in January 15th, 2008, we were literally threatened by Robert D. Rose. He would kill us, our family, our lawyers, anybody who held homewaves.com information, which is all about shell and shelf companies, federal racketeering, international racketeering, money laundering. And he's one of the most despicable criminals in American world history because he's tied to all the other criminals. You see, the criminals have to communicate with each other, cause conspiracy, to create espionage, spying, theft of intellectual property. It just goes on and on. Call us back, provide us immediate protection by Governor Brian Kemp. His direct number is 404-656-1776, and you'll see I have basically perfect memory. Highest IQ of all, the richest person in the world, monk, King Solomon is a great example that I've modeled after, which is why I'm still shopping to findkeithawife.org. This will finally self-motivate you to take action and protect your lives by the Golden Rule and the Great Commission. Whole focus is solutionmanifesto.com and godsconstitution.com, all tied together by unocracy.org, and your direct actions to protect my life. You therefore protect your life. I work with God for 66.5 years, and I deserve to get paid more than $40 billion for the sell-off of my patent portfolio that's all about de-weaponization, privatization, and you decide your own destiny, fate.